Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. We got the Viper Jet here. Today we're going to focus our attention to actually laying carbon fiber. So what we're going to do is build the part of the spar box for the on the tail, and basically right here. We're gonna lay a piece of carbon across. We gotta prep the area, clean it, make sure everything is good to go before we lay the carbon fiber. That'll give us a footing essentially for the rest of it, which we'll have to build from the bottom. Okay, and if you see it right here, right, we want to cover all this here. Another thing we got to do is this point back here. We'll have to reinforce, because as you can see, it was built pretty flimsy, and that's one of the jack points or tie down that goes from the bottom. So we'll reinforce that. We can see our repairs from last week were successful. Everything looks great. Same over here. You can see that everything looks amazing. It's all nice and cured, solid. We don't feel any bubbling or anything like that. Complete solid, perfectly bonded, and that's what we wanted. Okay, so first things first, let's get on to prepping this. All right, so there we go. So we've prepped the area. Essentially what we wanted to do here is expose fresh carbon in the area that we're going to be covering it with, recovering. And I rounded this was like an odd shaped thing. I don't know why it was there. So we're just gonna go straight through, and we're gonna bring it all the way here, just a couple layers, maybe 3 or 4. We're gonna pre-cut the pieces. We're gonna get everything set up. I'm gonna tape the spar, put some tape all the way through here so it doesn't stick, and we're able to peel it off, and tape off any of the areas we don't want any carbon in, and then we'll go from there. But essentially pretty straightforward. We got to make sure the area is clean, so we're going to use some alcohol and just 70%, 90% isopropyl alcohol. Get it nice and cleaned up. We'll tape up the foam piece we got cut out for it, and yeah, then we'll mix the resin and lay the carbon fiber. So we'll see you in a bit. All right, put some tape, try and keep it from sticking, the resin anyway. That way when we put our piece of foam, and I'll put a little more tape here, put the piece of foam, I can run it in there without any issues. So yep, let's keep on going. Getting some gloves on. We're gonna cut the peel ply and also start cutting the carbon fiber. We do not want to put any oils or anything on the sheet of carbon. Could affect adhesion and whatnot. So got already cleaned up, and I have the piece of foam in place, and we're gonna, like I said, cut the carbon to about 4 sheets or 4 pieces, and then yeah, same with the peel ply, a little bit bigger. And once we get that done, then we can mix up the resin and start applying it. Battery died during the installation of the carbon fiber, so I had to continue, but it's got peel ply on it. So now we just let it cure until tomorrow, and when we pull it off, it should be nice and smooth. And if everything went well, then we should be good to go. It's day 2 of this week's work on the Viper. Cold, chilly morning in South Carolina. We're here in the hangar, and we're gonna see what we got, see how it looks after the repair. We're gonna pull the peel ply out. Let's check it out. There it is. Sounds solid. All right, here we go. Gorgeous. Look at that. Solid piece. It's perfect. Perfect. We'll just have to clean up some of this extra resin. We'll sand it down. We'll get down in there, clean it up really good, but I would say this is pretty good. I got this little piece that came out. All this will be sanded down, but this peel ply, man, it makes a huge difference. And then we'll finish it off with some micro, blend it in to the sides. I think this side here though is pretty good, so may not need to do much there. Here we'll have to clean this up a little bit, but other than that, looks fantastic. All right, on to the next thing.